Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Dove Hammer. I'm back at you with another blues harmonica tutorial. It's been a while since I did one of these, and I want to thank all the new people who've subscribed to the channel, and I hope you enjoy these harmonica tutorials. So today I want to talk about playing the blues in first position. A while ago I did one of these tutorials about introducing second position. Today we're going to talk about first position. What does first position mean? When I say first position, it means basically that I'm using the harmonica to play a song that's in the same key as the harmonica. If I was holding a C harmonica, I'd be playing a song in the key of C. Right now I have a harmonica in my hand, so I'm going to be playing in the key of A. Now generally people tell you, oh, you want to play blues, you should play in second position, you should use your A harmonica to play a song in E. Because there's all sorts of advantages to that, including the chords that you get, including being able to draw on and bend on the blue notes. But first position can be a lot of fun, and it can give you a different sound, break away from doing the same things that you hear a lot of people doing all the time. A little bit of variety in there. But the challenge is, because the harmonica is tuned to a major scale, how are you going to get those blue notes? How are you going to make it sound like blues and not just something that's in a major scale? So playing in first position for blues players is a little bit less common than playing in second position, but there are some players who do it a lot and make it sound very good. Jimmy Reed is the most famous. Jimmy Reed, almost any time you hear Jimmy Reed playing harmonica, majority of the times you hear Jimmy Reed playing harmonica, he's playing in first position. You can tell by those high wailing notes that he always does, things like, James Cotton does it a lot. Most of the great players do it some of the time just for variety. So it's nice to do in there. Now, here's the thing. Because, like I said, the challenge is to make it sound like blues, you have to be able to bend and get those blue notes. You will hear that most of the traditional blues players who play in first position are playing a lot in the high octave, 7 to 10, holes 7 to 10, and in the low octave, holes 1 through 4, and for the most part, avoiding the middle of the harmonica. That's because that middle octave, which is your meat and potatoes when you're playing in second position, really, it's hard to, it's tuned to the major scale, and it's hard to get the blue notes in there. When you play the high notes, you heard when I did that example before, doing a lot of blow bends. And it can make it sound very cool. That high kind of piercing thing with the blow bends is a lot of fun to do, But in order to do that, you have to learn how to play blow bends. I will probably do a different tutorial on blow bends. Hopefully you should learn to do it because it gives you more variety. That means bending the blow notes on holes 7 through 10. Actually 8 through 10, because 7 doesn't really have a bend there. But 8 and 9 you can bend down a half step. 10 you can bend down 2 half steps. And most of the time when you're playing blues in first position, and the top octave, you're playing mostly blow notes. And you're bending them a lot. I think I'm going to divide this into 2 separate videos. Today I'm going to talk about playing the lower octave, and next time we'll get up to playing in the higher octave. When I play, my personal preference when I play first position is I like to use lower keyed harmonicas. I like a G harmonica or an A harmonica or a B flat at the very highest. I don't like to go higher than that C or D, just because those high notes sound very piercing and kind of unpleasant to the ear. And I want to be able to play the highest notes, the 8, 9, 10, when I play first position. So I try to take lower keyed harmonicas, make it sound nicer on the ear. So like I said, you can play first position on the middle octave of the harmonica. Most traditional blues players you'll hear avoiding that, because in order to do that properly, you're going to need to have good control of the overblows. And, well, a lot of traditional blues was recorded before people even knew you could overblow on a harmonica. And even today, many great blues players don't really overblow. So when they play first position, they're playing the high octave and the low octave and avoiding the middle octave. So we're going to concentrate on those today. I'm going to start with the low octave. So like I say, I'm playing in the same key as the harmonica. I'm playing a blues in the key of A with my A harmonica. A good example of this you can hear playing in that low octave is a very well-known blues song, Muddy Waters, Hoochie Coochie Man, one of the best-known classic blues there is. Muddy Waters, when he originally recorded Hoochie Coochie Man, recorded it in the key of A, and I believe it's Little Walter playing the harmonica there, and Little Walter is playing first position on an A harmonica. The famous Hoochie Coochie Man riff goes like this. As opposed to what many people think, he's not using a D harmonica and doing it in second position, going on the D harmonica. That if you're playing second position, that would mean going from hole 1 draw to 2 bend up to 2. But I'm playing on first position, that same riff starts from 2 draw, goes to 3 with a half step bend, and ends on 4 blow. So I'm starting at 2 draw, going to 3 half step bend, and ending on 4 blow. Now, that is the riff that is on the first 8 bars of that blues, the breaks, because those breaks are on the 1 chord, that is on the A chord. The song is in A, using the A harmonica. 4 blow is A. Okay. What do I have to play with here when I'm playing in the slower octave? I can play the major 7 scale like this. If I want it not to be too minor, I just have to, not too major. If I want to play the blues, I have to make sure that I never draw 3 without bending it, okay? But that scale that I just played is 1 blow, 1 draw, 2 blow, 2 bend, full step bend, 2 draw, 3 full, 3 half step bend, and then a 3 half step bend, and end on the 4 blow. So, the most important thing to remember here is that 2 draw is your 5. It's the equivalent if you were playing second position, what 4 draws. You know how when you're playing on the 4, when you're playing second position, you like to wail on that 4 draw and bend it up and down, right? The equivalent here is on 2 draw. Okay, so you're gonna, when you hear people playing the low octave on first position, wailing a lot on that 2 draw. Okay. Okay, so you can do a lot of bluesy licks on those 3 things, on 2 draw, 3 half step bend, which is the 7th thing, and 4 blow or 1 blow, and you can bend up to the 2 draw. So if you want to practice along with that, and if you want to find good ways to use that low octave playing first position harmonica, grab your A harmonica, put on Muddy Waters' Hoochie Coochie Man, the original recording that he did in the 50s, and you'll hear this is what Little Walter is playing on the breaks. And then when it goes up, it goes... So that was your introduction to playing first position on the low octave of the harmonica. Nice, different kind of way to approach your blues. In the next video, I will explain playing first position on the top of the harmonica, the high octave, holes 7 through 10. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, I'd be glad if you gave us a like. If you subscribe to the channel, I got lots of good stuff on this channel. blues harmonica tutorials, live clips, all kinds of stuff to do with my music, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any requests, if you'd like me to do a tutorial about a particular subject to do with blues harmonica, write it in the comments, and I promise to answer every one of those requests and comments. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.